Hey crafters, what's up? So today I'm going to be doing a very fun video. I'm super excited about this. So you've probably, if you spent any time anywhere online, probably at one point or another you have been attacked by these videos called 5-minute craft videos. And you've probably, either bumped on it or started auto-playing and you weren't really planning to watch it. And then you watch these supposed hacks and supposed crafts, and you watch them, you just sit there mesmerized in this like stunned awe and shock and horror that somebody actually makes these videos. Anyways, if you don't know what I'm talking about, 5-Minute Crafts is a YouTube channel that has like millions of subscribers, and basically they're notorious for these really, cheesy, bizarre kind of hacks. The first big problem I have with the channel is they're called 5-Minute Crafts, and they're like never ever 5 minutes, and it drives me out of my mind. But at the same time, the thing is sometimes they do have actually good ideas. So I'll sometimes watch them. Usually I end up watching them just for fun because I'll sit there and I'll laugh and be like, who would ever do that? And then after like 20 of those, I'll get like, oh, that's an actual hack I would use. So recently I was on Facebook, watched a video someone had posted, and sometimes on my phone it scrolls up a little ways and auto loads another video underneath it. So there was this 5-Minute Crafts yarn hacks video loaded underneath it, and I sat there watching it, and half of them I was like, okay, and the other half I was like, huh? So what I did was I found that video on YouTube, and it actually has even more hacks than they showed in the little Facebook clip. So I'm gonna put the link in the description below, but the video is 20 truly fascinating ideas with yarn. Wow, what a mouthful. And today I am going to be testing these 20 truly fascinating ideas with yarn. Okay, so a couple of quick disclaimers. First of all, I'm not actually going to test every single one of them because some of them are either just so ridiculous that I'm like, why in the world would anybody do that? And then others, it's kind of like you watch them and you're like, yeah, duh, that's gonna work. And I don't have a need for the finished project, so I'm not gonna make it. But the rest of them I will be trying. There are a bunch of crazy ones in here. Another thing that I will just throw out there is, I can already tell this is going to take me several days to film. Yes, they're called 5-Minute Crafts. Yes, there's 20 of them. 5 times 20 was 100, so in an hour and 40 minutes I could theoretically go through all of these. Obviously I wouldn't put out a video that long before you like run away from this video. But anyways, even if I were to do that and just do it for an hour and 40 minutes, I still want to get through because they're never actually 5-minute crafts. So anyways, I'm gonna set my laptop right over here and I'm going to play on the video and I'm gonna watch along. I can't show the video because obviously it's not my video, it's their video, but I'm gonna kind of talk through things so you kind of know where I'm at if you want to pull up the video link that's in the description down below. So let's get started. Okay, so they do their weird little like logo intro. Here's the first idea. They've got this chair, right? I've got a chair pretty similar, let me grab it. And the chair is kind of like the one I'm sitting on where it has like the back and the 2 top pieces. So what they're doing is they're taking a big skein of yarn and they are wrapping it around the top of the chair a whole bunch of times. Then they tie a bunch of little pieces down the length every so often, and then they're gonna cut the whole thing up and they make a bunch of pom-poms. So this is supposed to be a hack to how to make a bunch of pom-poms really fast. Let's try this out. Okay, I'm going to awkwardly kneel down behind the chair so you can see this. So you start with one end and you tie it onto the chair. Simple enough. Well, if you're supposed to tie it on the chair. I'm gonna do a slip knot so it doesn't come off like that again. And now I'm supposed to just wrap it around a bunch of times. Okay, so I'm already having problems because my chair, this piece, it bows backwards, so I'm hitting it. So I'm gonna have to wrap this around and then slide the whole thing up. Also, another thing that drives me crazy about these videos is like they show you the ideas, but they never actually show you how to do it. So like, how many times am I supposed to wrap it around? How far apart should I tie them? I just don't know. I don't know, I feel like mine is about as thick as theirs in the video is. Okay, they don't really tell me what to do with this end here. I'm just gonna tie this off, I guess. So now I'm gonna slide mine up a little bit and hopefully not slide it off because this chair top is rounded and that would kind of stink if I slid the whole thing off because that would kind of defeat the purpose. Ah, don't come off, don't come off. Now I need to get a whole bunch of little strands of yarn. Okay, a hack that they don't show. Take your yarn like this a bunch of times, cut the bottom off, So now take the loop off your hand, right? I've got this nice little wad here, and I'm gonna cut the middle. And now I've got a whole bunch of pieces that are all the same length. That's a hack. You saw it here first, not on 5 Minute Crafts. So now I'm supposed to take these short ends and just tie them along here every so often. It's almost like they don't actually want you to do these because they never give you enough information. You're kidding me. I'm 1 strand short. All right, I have this beautiful, weird looking thing here. This is the part I'm scared about. I'm gonna watch them do it to like make myself believe that it can be done. All right, so I'm supposed to just be able to pull this off and go to the chair. Let's see. Okay, that actually wasn't as bad as I was thinking. Here's what we've got. Okay, and now I'm supposed to just cut between all the things. I am going to dull my scissors so fast. Okay, and now, because I'm imitating them, I've got to lift it up towards the camera lens. And then you'll suddenly see something amazing appear on screen. Oh wait, I have to make something amazing. Okay, let me actually put something together with these pom-poms and then I'll show you what I got. Alright, here are my pom-poms. I slid them onto the string of yarn. I'm gonna make like a garland. I'll space them out. But you could actually like stop like this and make like an inchworm, a fuzzy inchworm. I don't know what you would do with it, but it's kind of cool. Anyways, I actually think this was a pretty good hack. Now, you're not gonna get perfect pom-poms with this method. They're all a little bit different in size just because it's hard to like just kind of guess how far between pom-poms you need to cut or tie. So they're not going to be like the best pom-poms you've ever made, but this is actually a pretty quick way to make pom-poms, especially if you're doing something like a pom-pom rug. So this hack I'm actually giving a thumbs up because it actually works for what it's supposed to. A quick way to make pom-poms, I like it. Alright, let's check out project number 2. This could actually be cool if it works, but again, there's such little instructions. So I get these pieces of yarn that are all the same length, and they have a wire, and they're tying them onto the wire, and they slide them all together. And oh, they do say Mod Podge. So I thought they didn't say. I thought they just like dipped it in a bowl of this like milky fluid, and you're supposed to be like, is it glue? Is it Mod Podge? Is it milk? Is it water with white food coloring? Let's test this one out. Okay, so the hack that I'm gonna use again to measure these the same length, instead of like just like holding them out and measuring them the same way, I'm rambling. I'm going to take them and wrap them around my hand again. Now I've got this nice wad of yarn pieces. Let me get some wire. All right, I have my yarn pieces and my wire, and they make it like really easy, but I could already tell where I'm gonna have trouble is tying the knots in the middle of the yarn and not too far to one side, like making one side too long or something weird. Alright, I'm just gonna tell you right now, this is gonna be really tedious. I think this has potential to look cool when it's all done, but mine are not nearly as even as theirs are, so I'm gonna have to do some trimming, and this is pretty tedious. So I'm gonna cut the camera now, and then just finish this up off camera because you really don't want to watch this. Okay, you might have noticed me having some trouble trying to tie it on because I was trying to hold it and tie it on, and it just wasn't working well. So here's a little hack to make this hack actually work. Basically, I taped one end of the wire so that way both my hands can be free to tie the knot. So here's the start to my feather. What I'm supposed to do next is I'm supposed to just like slide them all together, which I've pretty much done, and then dip it in Mod Podge. Although there's one thing they don't really show. So they slide them up and there's this like tail piece, but then when they go to dip it in the Mod Podge, there's not that tail piece. So what I'm guessing they probably did, which is what I'm going to do regardless of whether or not they did it, is I'm going to fold this down, because if I don't, I feel like the ends are just gonna slide right off. Okay, now I'm gonna get my container of Mod Podge ready and we'll try dipping it in there. Okay, I can already tell you this looks way thicker than what they dumped theirs in. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Let's just push it in there. Yeah, okay. Maybe I need even more water. I'm gonna like flip this over both sides. No, wait, let me just see if it'll absorb. Let's try that actually. That looks disgusting, to be honest. It does not look like a feather. And I feel like I've got too much in here. And it's not laying as flat as theirs. So I'm gonna squeeze this out as I go down and kind of start shaping it downward. Okay, that's my feather. I'm gonna set this on the cookie sheet to dry. Alright, so I rigged up a little something here to let my feather dry, and it's been drying for over like 48 hours, so it's definitely dry by now. But it's actually pretty cool. It's like hard, you can still kind of bend it. It's got some play to it, but it's stiff enough that it will stay in position and not change shape. I was thinking about trimming the edges, and I might still try that, but also like this, it kind of just has a more natural look to it, so I think it's kind of cool. I'm actually going to give this project a thumbs up. We've survived the first 2 hacks. Let's see what the third one is. I think I know which one this is. Oh, okay, yeah, this one. So basically what they do is they take a sweater and then they just take some yarn and a needle and they sew on the yarn and make it say LA on the sweater, and they make it look like it's knit, which I have a couple of problems with, because first of all, why do I need a sweater that says LA? Like, the only reason I can think of needing a sweater like that is like if I took a vacation out there and I wanted it as like a souvenir. But if I wanted it as a souvenir, I want to just like make it myself. Second of all, I don't know what was wrong with the sweater in the first place. And third of all, I would not do their fancy little like sewing thing. I would just get my crochet hook out and do a slip stitch along there, because that would be so much easier and it would look about the same. I don't know, I'm just not feeling that one. Okay, hack number 4. Oh yeah, this is interesting. We make a flower pot. This one I personally think looks really dumb, but I'm gonna make it anyways because I'm gonna stick through this video. I don't have a good enough excuse to not make it that it looks really dumb. Okay, my heart's really not in this craft, so I'm gonna kind of cheat and I'm gonna use a really small bathroom cup. So they put a flower in their pot at the end when they're done with it, but I'm just gonna decorate the bathroom cup because why not? So the first thing they do is they cut these slits in the side, but I can already see a big problem with why they don't include instructions, because if you cut the wrong number of slits, then you're gonna have 2 of the same color beside each other. That makes no sense if you haven't watched the video or because you don't know what I'm about to do. So either go watch the video or just keep watching to see what I'm gonna do. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, I've got my cup and I'm just gonna cut along the side, and I cut almost all the, I guess I cut all the way to the bottom. And I'm pretty sure these are really uneven. But my heart's just not in this project. It's just not in it. So you cut your cup and you want to cut it into these weird sections like this. And you want to cut it into an even number of sections. That's the part that they don't tell you. I could see people starting this and then getting super frustrated because they cut an odd number and now the pattern's not working out. So let me see how they attach their first piece. They probably don't explain that either. Here we go. We've got this blue here. Now, they do this weird pattern because the blue goes in every other, and then I'm going to use green as my other color, and that's going to go in every other. But I've got to watch this to see how they actually do this, because it's a little, you know, technical here. Alright, I'm just really not feeling this craft, y'all. It's had better turn out awesome. Okay, this is how mine's looking. This is really pathetic looking. I guess I need to slide them together better. But anyways, I'm gonna cut the camera here and keep going with this and see how far I get before I just like freak out and pull all my hair out. So I'll come back in a minute when there's more progress and I'm probably bald from pulling my hair out. So here you can see that I've come up to all the way to the top. It took me probably like 20-30 minutes, no joke, to get that far. The other thing they do in the video is they have this like braided piece that they put around the bottom and the top to cover the fact that, oh yeah, this is like a paper cup. I started working on this braid, and at the top it looks all nice like theirs, and then I just started braiding like really aggressively and it got tighter and tighter, so it looks kind of dumb the further down we go. But you're supposed to put it around the top like this. There we go. That's what I made. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. Also, see, the inside looks like that. I mean, theirs it's kind of cute. It's like pink and purple and a little springtime flower pot, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling this one. This was a pain to make, and I have no need for a paper cup wrapped in yarn. So this is probably a good idea if you want to just like not be bored for a little bit and just want to do something with your hands. This is a great idea, but as a craft, on to the next one. Okay, this one I have seen in so many other videos, and I have so many problems about this and so many questions, okay? So what they're doing is they've got a whole skein of yarn. It's one of those ones that are like, not the long ones, but it's kind of a smaller one. And they took the package off and they tie, you know, ribbon around the center, and basically the point is they're making a giant pom-pom. So I guess the idea is okay if you want to make a giant pom-pom. I'm not going to be making this one because I have no need for a giant pom-pom and I don't want to like spend the money to buy a new skein and do this. But what I don't understand is then they put eyes on it and they make like this handle piece. Why do I need a giant yarn pom-pom monster creature with eyes? Who in the world needs that? Who says I know? Let's make a giant pom-pom. Okay, I'm tracking with that. But instead of giving it a real use, let's put eyes on it. I just don't understand why you would waste a skein of yarn like that. Like, come on, what kind of a craft is that? Oh, this one, the plastic water bottle one. Like this one that I kind of like had in a video from last year. Basically what they do is they cut this like strip out and then it can hook onto a chair so your yarn can go inside there and feed through the cap. I don't have a need to hook it onto anything, and I just like it being longer and bigger, so I just leave it like this. But yeah, I've used this before. This is a pretty decent hack. It's better when you're working with multiple skeins and you don't want to tangle your yarn. Other than that, it's not, you know, something that I use like all the time when I'm crocheting. Oh, this one. Okay, so this one and the next one, I'm not gonna do these either because these are crafts that, just watch them, I believe that they'll work, but I don't really have a need or particular desire to make these. So this first one, they take a paper clip and they make it into a triangle and then they wrap it in yarn and then they wrap the yarn a different way and basically make these triangle yarn wrapped earrings. I don't know, it's just not appealing to me. And actually I think that's embroidery floss, so technically it's not yarn, so they're kind of, you know, false advertising here, I'm just saying. I don't know, they're just not really my style. Wow, they explain you can do it in different colors, how creative. Okay, now this one I actually do like. The idea, I think it's kind of cute. I'm not gonna make one just because I don't really want this either. But here's what I don't understand. Basically, they use that hat, kind of like where you wrap it around your hand and then you cut it so they're all the same length. They basically do that to make a tassel out of embroidery floss. Like, why didn't they do that for their yarn pom-poms? And why didn't they show that one when they were doing the feathers? Like, come on, 5-minute crafts here, get your act together. Okay, this next one, I'm gonna try it. I actually think it's really cute. It's kind of like a pseudo pom-pom pumpkin. I feel like that's the best way to explain it. We're gonna give this one a whirl. And so you want to tie it so that way the top is like this side, not this side. So let me tie this together. Okay, and then they take it and they basically fluff it. And so, okay, I can already tell you mine is not looking as cute as theirs. Mine's looking kind of sad. This is kind of sad looking. Let me watch what they did one more time to see if I can make this work better. Okay, I think I didn't wrap enough yarn. Let me try this again, wrapping more yarn. So now you take it and you fluff. Yeah, this is looking cuter. Aww. So you just kind of fluff it around. Okay, I actually got a cute pumpkin out of that. After a second try, I give this craft a thumbs up. This is actually really cute and kind of has me ready for fall. Like, it's so tiny. And they do this really cute idea where they put them on like a garland, except they put them on a garland over candles. Fire hazard, anybody? Okay, now here they're making some more pom-poms. They're just showing ways you can use your pom-poms. Okay, and then they say the easiest way to make pom-poms and basically do it on a fork. I don't know why that's the easiest way to make pom-poms, because I would have thought if they're trying to show the easiest way to make pom-pom that it would be the one we did in the beginning around the chair to make a whole bunch at once, but supposedly doing it on a fork is the easiest way. I know that works. I'm not going to bother testing that. I've done that before. So I know I said I'm going to test all 20 of these. I actually do test all 20 of these, but I started editing this and this was going so long. So instead of making you watch a ridiculously long video, I'm splitting this into 2 parts. So today's video was the first 10 of these projects, and I'll have a video coming out soon with the next 10. So keep an eye out for that, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date with my future videos. Happy crafting! Oh, I just got a suggested video. 23 superb hacks for real spies. Are you a real spy?